We're in session in cause number 328722. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Jermaine Rito. Mr. Rito, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Rito, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rito, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Rito?
All right, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Rito, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Jerry Gilthorpe. Mr. Gilthorpe, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
That's good. Mr. Gilthorpe, do you waive a record in Mr. Rito's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rito, I have before me an information that alleges on or about December 18th of 2020, while you in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Rito, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Rito, how do you plead guilty?
Yes,
Not
sir.
guilty or to?
Guilty.
Okay. Now, Mr. Rito, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Rito, are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Rito, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. And on this document, Mr. Rito, on page 2, there are a set of initials, JR, on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Mr. Rito, are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, there's a signature that on the next page above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Rito, on the next document, which is titled the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, there is a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box check states that this is a plea bargain case, and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box check states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you are giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And Mr. Rito, did you sign a document out there that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments? Excuse me, not that, strike that. Did you sign a document out there that is titled the discovery certification?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Rito, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I have just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, they are.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections, Mr. Gilthorpe?
No objections.
No objection. The State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Gilthorpe, you've advised and counseled Mr. Rito. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rito, your attorney, Mr. Gilthorpe, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rito, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is for 3 days county jail. At this time, the defendant currently has 2 days of credit to go towards that 3 days.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Rito, the state is offering that you serve 3 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You will be given credit for 2 days, in this case, that you've already served. The court cost in this case is $407. Mr. Rito, would you be able to pay the $407?
No, sir.
Okay, do we have an affidavit of injury or anything on file? Just hold on a minute.
Judge, there should be one. He was appointed to me.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Rito, I have before me a document that is titled Affidavit of Indigency. This document was signed on or about, well, it was signed on June 8th of 2021. No, I didn't even sign it. I got a signature here, but I didn't sign. I just noticed that. Now, Mr. Rito, on this document, I see here. Now, Mr. Rito, are you currently working?
No, I'm no longer employed, sir.
Okay. So this document has changed. And so with regards to your income has dropped. Are you getting any kind of benefits?
No, sir.
Okay, so your income is zero and you have no benefits. Is that correct?
No, sir.
Is that correct?
Yeah, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in reference to, I see here that you had your monthly expenses, I guess, was basically the same. Your rent, has that changed?
Yes, it has.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this here. So you have no income, is that correct?
No, I don't have any at the time.
Okay. And I'll just, so your rent, are you living, are you paying rent? Or you own a home? Or you living with family? Or you're homeless?
Paying rent.
Rent, okay. Is it still $750 a month?
Yes, sir.
And your two utilities is still $600?
Yes, sir.
And your child expenses is still $1,000?
Yes, sir.
I think you said that food expenses was $800. That's basically the same?
Yes, basically about between 6 and 8.
Okay, so basically all your expenses on this document is still the same.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the only difference is you don't have no, when you had some income, now you have no income. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
The court is going to find that you indigent, and the the court cost in this case is going to be waived. And what that means is, Mr. Rito, you will not have to pay the court costs because the court is finding that you are indigent, and that's pursuant to Article or Section 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. So let me just read this to you again, Mr. Rito. The state is offering that you serve 3 days in Jefferson County Jail. You've already served 3 days in the Jefferson County Jail. No, excuse me, you served 2 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You're gonna get credit for 2 days. And that means you have 1 day to serve, 1 more day to serve. The court cost in this case is going to be waived pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, because the court has found that you are indigent. Now, Mr. Rito, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Mr. Rito, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Rito, this will conclude your case. You can follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
All right, you too.
Thank you. And Mr. Gilthorpe, this will conclude your case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, and this will conclude the calling of the County Court of Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas, special review docket on today's date of September 2nd of 2021. Judge Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.